Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. Lammy's back. I am in White Rabbit today. So, had a rough day at work yesterday. Just fucking, I don't know, man. This job, dude, I don't know how long it's gonna last, dude. I just feel it in my bones. Which I'm ready to get out of here. But yesterday, I went to start my car, and it would not start. It's an older car, 97 Pontiac. So, I've been noticing something strange. The car will be off, and I'll be sitting in the car, and you can hear the locks going click, 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 the automatic locks. I'm kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, okay, it's an old car. You know, weird shit like that's gonna happen. But it happens every now and then. I didn't even really think about it. It's called a parasitic drain. It's been draining the battery. So I got a new battery. I got new plugs on it. You guys probably remember I've spoke about it before. Like plugs to the battery because they were corroded and old. So new battery, new plugs. The starter on this car is fairly new because I've had to replace it before. Alternator, we hooked it up, and because we called AAA this morning when I got off work. It was running at 14.5, which is good. The guy said that's good. He said, I think you got a parasitic drain. There's like something somewhere in your car is drawing power. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, it's probably those fucking automatic locks, dude. The electronic locks. So I unplugged. I'll show you. I unplugged on both sides. I don't know how well you can see that side. The automatic locks on both doors. So hopefully this solves it and it won't be draining my battery. Worst case scenario, I got two options. Well, three options. I can either take it to a shop and it's going to cost like $200-$300. Several $100s for them just to figure out what is drawing off of my battery. Now, the AAA guy was like, well, I could tell you a hillbilly trick. And I was like, yeah, you know. I'm a little bit of hillbilly, man. I lived with hillbillies for 3 years. So I'm like, yeah, give me the hillbilly trick. And he said, take off the negative. Whenever you go to work and you're going to work a full shift, pop the hood, keep a socket wrench on you, and take off the negative and put it back on, drive home. Whenever you're at home for the day and you're not going back out, take off the negative on the battery, and it'll keep it from whatever's drawing killing your battery. He's like, I wouldn't do it with an older car, but where this is a clunker, it ain't gonna hurt it, because the newer cars, where this is a 97, it's not like as computerized as the newer cars. Like newer cars, it'll fuck your car up because it'll reset theft systems, it'll just fuck it up. It'll fuck with the computer doing that all the time. But then he said, honestly though, like ride it up to the shop and see what it would cost, like electrical. So I went up to the shop and they're like, we don't do electrical. There's a guy down the road, but they're like, dude, it's going to cost you like hundreds of dollars. And I told them what the other guy told me, the hillbilly trick. And they're like, yeah, there's even one thing better than that. There is a switch you can buy from AutoZone or like any other auto place that hooks up to the battery. Literally kind of like a little, fucking light switch, they said. And it'll cut the power So that way you ain't got to keep sitting there with the socket wrench, putting on and taking off every fucking trip. And I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna check it out. Maybe one of my days off, maybe Thursday or something. First, I'm gonna try and see if it was the automatic locks and stuff. I'm gonna see if that's what it is. Now that they're unplugged, if the car doesn't not start, anytime soon, then it's like, okay, that's what was causing the parasitic drain. But if I have a problem, I'm gonna do the hillbilly trick and buy one of those switches, man. So that's been my exciting life, as far as the update. But let's get on with the show. Now, today's just going to be kind of a chill day. We're going to get into some politics, Supreme Court justices, an election for them coming up. We've been going hard in the paint on conspiracy. So, I don't know. Check out my older episodes. The last several episodes, we've been going hard in the paint on conspiracy. Every now and then, I just kind of like to do a chill episode and stuff that I think is important, like Supreme Court justices election. So voters in 8 central, I like to do local news too. Oh, which by the way, if you guys, it's October, the spooky season. I do have another interview with Miss McGillicuddy planned Thursday. We're going to get into astral projection, shadow people, Hat Man, sleep paralysis, all that spooky stuff. And the first interview was a banger. It was a 3-hour interview. I'm not sure if it's going to be that long this time. But people seem to enjoy it. I got a lot of good feedback from the first interview with her. Like I said, I would love to do more interviews with people. But yeah, she wanted to come back on. I wanted her back on. So we're going to do another interview on those topics Thursday. I just got to figure out a time with her. So keep your eyes open for that. But voters in 8 central Kentucky counties must choose a new Supreme Court justice. I think this is important, y'all. Get out and vote, dude. I know there's people out there that are black-pilled and like voting doesn't matter. If it didn't matter, why would they rig it? That is my question to, and my counter argument to those black-pilled people. And also, if it doesn't matter, why do you care if people vote in general? They're wasting their own time. So, 2 women are vying in central Kentucky for a seat on the Supreme Court after the Chief Justice chose not to seek another term. The candidates are Pamela Goodwine, which I have no clue who these people are, Deputy Chief Kentucky Court of Appeals Judge, and Aaron Izzo, a partner at Lexington law firm Landrum of Schaus. While judicial elections are nonpartisan in Kentucky, political partisans are lining up on opposite sides of this race. Last year, Chief Justice Lawrence Van Meter announced he would not be seeking re-election in the 5th Supreme Court District, which includes Bourbon, Clark, Fayette. I live in Jessamine. Franklin, Jessamine, Madison, Scott. These are all the counties. And Woodford counties. He will be succeeded as Chief Justice in January by Deputy Chief Justice Deborah Hembry Lambert, who was chosen Monday by her colleagues. Democratic Governor Andy Beshear, he's a scumbag, by the way, Illuminati, is backing Goodwine, saying she would be a really good Supreme Court justice. So, if he's backing her, I don't trust her. These are the pictures, by the way, of these two Supreme Court justices who are running. Goodwine is the white chick. Izzo is the black chick. So I'm already biased and favoring Izzo just from that right there. Andy Bashir is backing Goodwine. That's not a good sign. Ha, Goodwine. Not a good, sorry. According to campaign finance reports, Goodwine's donors also include former Democratic governors Andy Bashir and Paul Patton. I actually know a Patton. He's like the great-grandson of General Patton. I did a whole episode telling his mother had a Bigfoot encounter, and I actually told her story on here. I think the episode's Bigfoot of Schitt's Creek, Sitts. I kid you not, Schitt's Creek is what it's called. It's a pretty cool Bigfoot encounter. Go check that episode out. Goodwine's donor also include Paul Patton, as well as Democratic state lawmakers, a political organization created this week and organized by the current governor's top campaign advisor is supporting Goodwine. Meanwhile, Izzo has received GOP support and endorsement from the Clark County Republican Party and donations from local Republican groups in Fayette and Madison counties. So, if I vote on this, it sounds like it's going to be Izzo because, in my opinion, I know it's two wings of the same bird, but you got to admit, as of right now, the Republican Party is the lesser of two evils. Goodwine told the Kentucky Lantern that it is critical for impartiality to be demonstrated and upheld in the role of judge and justice. Judges have a role to fairly interpret the law while also maintaining ethics and integrity, she added. I've been a registered independent since I became a judge, and I am known for continually displacing a strong work ethic along with honesty and integrity to ensure justice for all, Goodwine said. Oh, so she's a registered independent. Interesting. Normally, I would say that's the least of all the evils, but Bashir's still backing her, dude. So that's not a good sign. My strong reputation... and can I just say the independent party has gotten weird lately? Like, I don't know. RFK was independent. He was cool, but like, no, I'm not thinking independent. I'm thinking, I forget the name of the party, but they're always trying to get me to fucking join. It's not independent. I mean, it is an independent party, but it's, fuck. I'll remember. My strong reputation for upholding these values, along with my 25 years of dedicated service as a judge, has earned me respect from all parties. I have staunch supporters from all parties and welcome and accept invitations from all parties to participate in the events. Izzo said she too has attempted to go before a mix of groups that lean left and right or are neutral. She added, it would be dangerous for Kentucky to open up judicial races to more partisanship in the future. Yeah, divided we fall. I think as a candidate, there's not much I can do with my supporters in terms of who's going to give endorsements and who's not, Izzo said. It doesn't surprise me, honestly, that Bashir came out and endorsed her, given her political leanings. So she's left-leaning. And it doesn't surprise me that the Clark County Republicans came out and endorsed me because of their political leanings. Because of ethics guidelines, Kentucky judicial candidates must avoid indicating their decision in particular case. Both Goodwine and Izzo discussed their legal philosophies and qualifications with the Kentucky Lantern. Justices served 8 years terms. Both candidates said they intend to serve their full term on the court if elected. Goodwine promises dedication to the rule of law and justice for all. Goodwine said that her 25 years of judicial experience have, quote, given me the vast array of experiences and responsibilities needed to best serve all Kentuckians on the Kentucky Supreme Court. Goodwine was elected to the Kentucky Court of Appeals with the 5th Appellate District and Appellate District in 2018. Before that, she served on the benches of Fayette County Circuit and District Courts. Being part of that state appeals court prepared Goodwine to join the Supreme Court. She said in a written response to the Kentucky Lantern as she interpreted complex legal issues and crafted opinions while managing a high caseload. Upon election to the Kentucky Supreme Court, I will be the first woman and only the 5th person in history to serve at all levels of the judiciary in Kentucky, Goodwine said, and I pledge to bring to our state's highest court not only the legal expertise, work ethic, preparedness, and passion for the law that I have built my reputation as a judge, but also a commitment to approaching each case with a dedication to the rule of law and justice for all. After moving to Lexington from her hometown of Youngstown, Ohio, in 1979, Goodwine began working as a court reporter before attending the University of Kentucky the following year. She graduated from the University of Kentucky in 1991. That was the year I was born. And UK College of Law in 1994. That was the year my little brother was born. Early in life, Goodwine overcame challenges like the deaths of her parents by the age of 19. Oh, even though I don't like this Goodwine so far, I don't wish that on anyone. Both of my parents are still alive, but my mother and me are estranged, and then my father's in prison. And a life-threatening illness. She said those moments taught her to use challenges as a springboard to grow and thrive and accomplish her goals. Goodwine, 64, said she knew she wanted to be a judge as a teenager, and that was later reaffirmed after her mother's murder. So her mom was murdered, dude. That's fucking nuts. From the courtroom to community outreach, I've witnessed the real impact legal decisions have on people's lives. And that fuels my commitment to serving on the Kentucky Supreme Court, Goodwine said. So she's pulling at heartstrings, baby. Goodwine said the Kentucky Supreme Court is the ultimate interpreter of the Constitution, laws, and rulings. So let's hope if she does get in that she is a constitutionalist. That's what truly matters to me, upholding the Constitution. And handles lower court appeals and focuses typically on cases with significant legal or constitutional decisions and renders rulings with binding legal precedents. As an arbiter, Izzo says, I keep wanting to call her Lizzo. Oh man, that sounds racist. They don't all look the same. I'm sorry. She does a lot of the same things that judges do. Izzo said her litigation experience across Kentucky makes her qualified for the state's highest court. For 19 years, she worked on litigation, arbitration, and mediations. She compared arbitration to working as a judge and said her philosophy is to interpret the law as it is written. As an arbiter, we do a lot of the same things that judges do, Izzo said. We look at cases, we have attorneys come before us, I hear arguments, I make decisions, I hear evidence, I preside over trials. It's there. It's just different that it's here in a conference room as opposed to a courthouse. Izzo, 46, completed her undergraduate degree at Dartmouth in 2000 and graduated from the University of Kentucky's College of Law in 2005, before joining Landrum and Schaus in 2011. Izzo's career experience includes being an attorney at Fulkerson, Kinkle, and Mars in Lexington, working as an assistant Fayette County attorney, and being a judicial staff attorney for their family division of the 50th Judicial Circuit. Oh no. Goodwine is the black chick. Aaron Izzo is the white one. Okay. So I might like the other one better. Not that I'm basing off a race, but I'm sorry, I told you the wrong one was the wrong one. Describing herself as a constitutionalist. There we go. That's what I like to hear. Let's see. Izzo, 46, completed. Yeah, Dartmouth experience. Working as an assistant Fayette County judicial staff attorney for the family division of the 50th. Before law school, she worked as a paralegal at New York City Seward and Kissel. Ben Kissel is the only other Kissel I've ever heard of. Last podcast on the left. Describing herself as a constitutionalist, right there. That's all I needed to know. I had a feeling about her, man. And not an activist arbiter. When it comes to applying law, Izzo said she looks at the intent behind how laws were written. She added that if there's something there that might be better socially or might be something that I disagree with, it's not my place to change. So she's willing to just do what the law says, man, even if she disagrees with it. That's good. That's what I like to hear. I look at how things are, what the intention of the founding fathers were with our Constitution, and that kind of carries over to what legislative intent was when a law was adopted, Izzo said. Because I think if you really want to understand what the legislator intended with the law, you want to know how things were when it was adopted, what was in effect, what was going on at that time, and so that can have an impact on what the statute means outside of the Constitution. I don't know, that makes me a little nervous there. Izzo was born in Tennessee and raised in Portland, Oregon. Oh, God. Suburb until the age of Oh, that was back in the day, so. Then she moved to Louisville. That's nasty town, too, man. Election day is Tuesday, November 5th. In person, no excuse. Early voting begins Thursday, October 31st. So, November 5th or October 31st. Y'all get your butts out there and vote. Supreme Court Justice, Kentucky. Let's get on with the next story. Where's my Lammy? Hey, ladies! Alright, we're all adults here. Let's talk boobs. Local news today, Kentucky news today, man. That's what I'm covering today. It's a chill day. Health Department offers breast cancer screenings to residents with no insurance. I don't have health insurance. There's a lot of people in Kentucky without health insurance. There's a lot of people without jobs. It's hard out here in Kentucky, dude. Ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of poverty, even though it's a cheaper cost of living. One of the cheapest places to live, if not the cheapest in America. That's why I live here, because I work at Kroger. My wife works at a gas station. Yeah. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get that money for the rent. The Jessamine County Health Department, JCHD, offers low to no cost breast cancer screenings to Jessamine County residents with no insurance. Patients may receive a physical exam, which includes a Pap test, which checks for cervical cancer, a physical breast exam, and a mammogram referral if needed, and a referral for a colonoscopy if needed. So you get your boobs checked out and both holes. Well, 2 of the 3 holes. According to multiple online sources, a mammogram without insurance will cost around $150, according to KFF.org. The cost of health care can lead some Americans to put off needed care. 1 in 4 adults say that in the past 12 months, they have skipped or postponed health care needed because of the cost. Notably, 6 in 10 uninsured adults, 61% of American adults, say they went without needed care because of the cost. The JCHD, in addition to health departments in counties all throughout Kentucky, offers low to no cost breast and pelvic exams. So you gotta admit, that's pretty fucking cool. Free exams, dude. 3 factors are used to determine eligibility for the free or low-cost breast cancer screening at the JCHD. Women must be aged 40 to 64, so you got to be an older lady, or if they have family history of breast cancer. So if you are a younger lady and you have family history of breast cancer, there you go. They also must not have insurance, including private insurance, Medicare, or Medicaid. According to the JCHD website, for 2006-2010, 169 women in Jessamine County were diagnosed with breast cancer. Of these women, 26 died from that disease, so that's sad. Breast cancer is the most common cancer among women in the United States, aside from non-melanoma skin cancer. Breast cancer forms in tissues of the breast and occurs in both men and women, although it is rare among men. I have a knot in my armpit. I did get it checked out. It's the size of a marble, because I thought it was breast cancer, and I swear it's probably from fucking deodorant, because they put like aluminum shavings and shit in deodorant. Why the fuck is there aluminum in deodorant, like, at all? Like, you're applying metal to your fucking skin pores in a spot that sweats and is open pores, and they're trying to kill us, y'all. They're trying to fucking kill us, man. Everyone, especially women between the ages of 21 to 64 years old, should do monthly breast self-examinations. Studies show that regular breast self-exams combined with annual exams by a healthcare provider improves the chances of detecting cancer early. The more you examine your breasts, the more easily changes will be detected. Breast self-exam is an essential part of taking care of yourself, read the JCHD breast screening website. Obviously, Google it. Shit, you could probably find it on YouTube, how to check out your boobs, dude. I used to do it for my ex-wife. I used to check hers out, and I'm not even joking. I'm not being funny. Like, because there was a lot of times me and her both did not have insurance and shit, so I would have to conduct breast exams. She had like caffeine knots and stuff. Nothing bad, but she did get really bad caffeine knots because she drank a lot of coffee and Coke. And although self-examination is important, the JCHD states that having a clinical breast exam or self-exam must be combined with regular mammograms or an X-ray of the breast. In other words, none of these exams can be seen as optional, and people should be doing all 3. According to the U.S. Preventative Service Task Force, women aged 40 to 74 years old should get a mammogram every 2 years. By the way, I feel bad for y'all having to put your tits in those machines that smash them like pancakes, dude. I feel bad. Women under 40 and all people don't have to worry about getting mammograms unless they have a family history of breast cancer, a known genetic condition, or if they notice physical symptoms. This is why it is important to do your own self-examinations to monitor any changes in your breast. By the way, I am not a medical health professional. The following are breast cancer warning signs from the CDC. CDC. I hate the CDC. But new lump in breast or armpit. I have a lump in my armpit. which, like I said, I did get it checked out. It's non-cancerous. I can get it cut out or just leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone. Thickening or swelling part of the breast, irritation or dimpling in breast skin, redness or flaky skin in the nipple area of the breast, pulling in or nipple pain, nipple discharge other than breast milk, including blood. If your tits are leaking blood, that's not fucking good, bro. Any size or shape change of the breast, pain in any area of the breast. According to the CDC, these symptoms can also occur with other conditions that are not cancer. But if you have any of these signs or symptoms, be sure to see your doctor right away. It's important to note that, according to the CDC, no breast is typical. What is normal for you may not be normal for another woman. Most women say their breasts feel lumpy or uneven. The way your breasts look and feel can be affected by getting your period, having children, losing or gaining weight, and taking certain medications. Breasts also tend to change as you age. Read the CDC website on breast cancer. Everyone's body is different. That's why it is important to pay attention and care for your own body and to stay vigilant to any changes that may occur in your breast, chest, and underarms. In addition, because all bodies are different, some people do have visual signs or symptoms at all. The CDC says that in cases such as these, only an MRI would pick up breast cancer. The American Cancer Society states that for some women who are at high risk, a yearly MRI and is recommended alongside with a mammogram and a clinical physical breast exam. So, JCHD, local clinic, offers sliding scale fees for their services. Call 859-885-4149. 859-885-4149 for more information or to schedule a mammogram or physical exam. I know it's weird. I like to cover local news. That's what's going on. I think it's important. I don't want to see y'all's titties fall off. Y'all have a good day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for chilling and enjoying the local news with your host, Abe Williams, and your co-host, Lemmy Chillmeister.